Hi, and welcome to the Business of Being a Virtual Assistant. I'm your host, Tiffany Parson, and you're watching and listening to episode number 257. I'm going to let you know right now, it's been a long week. I'm trying not to cut off my head in the video this time. It's been a long week, and it's been a good week, but a long week, y'all. And if you haven't been listening to this podcast for a while, you may not realize this, but I'm an introvert. And so talking all day, being on camera, having to do all these things, it's a lot. And I was just telling my team the other day, I have not had enough time to sit and just stare at the wall. And that just means, sit and do nothing and just enjoy the sound of nothing as I sip hot tea and just thank God that I'm not where I was. Thank God I'm not where I was. But anyway, I haven't had enough time to do that. So that affects the podcast because that means I have not had enough time to gather my thoughts and dive into my creative bucket. I have been having these spurts of moments where I'm like, oh, if I could just hop on the camera. And I'm going to start doing that. I posted my first one on the Facebook page. And I also started an Instagram because that'll be a good way to pop it in there on Instagram as well. The Business of Being a Virtual Assistant. You'll find that on Facebook as well as now on Instagram. I have one little video and no followers yet, which is good. It's so good to start at the bottom because nobody's watching. I can make mistakes and play with all the different effects and functionalities. It's cool, but come on over, follow me. So anyway, I'll be doing these little, quick spurts of things because everything I think of is not enough to make a full podcast episode. And it's good, it's fine, but I don't want to miss. I want to capture those moments. At the same time for today, I want to just share with you how you can communicate exactly what you want, how you want it. And if you're not sure what that looks like yet, draw from your past experience. A lot of things I learned about myself and how I like to do things is I learned to reflect on the situation and what's happening. Is this smooth? Okay, this is sailing smooth. What is making this sail smooth? Okay, this is a bumpy ride. Why is this a bumpy ride? I learned bumpy rides for me are when clients don't know what they want. So I learned how to identify that at the very beginning before they even become a client. So when someone doesn't know what they want or they want everything, it's really not the right time for us to work with them. Because when you want everything, we still have to start somewhere. And when they don't know what they want at all, we got to start somewhere. So we can't start with nothing and we can't start with everything. We have to take it in chunks and phases. We have to start somewhere. Even if they do need everything, where are we starting? Are we starting on your website? Are we starting on social media? And if they don't know, I guide them in the best place to start. I give them recommendations on the best place to start. And it starts with their goals. Like, what are you trying to do? What do you want to achieve? Are you trying to build a list? Are you trying to build a following? Are you trying to sell something? What is the goal? And then we can work that way. And for most people, they're grateful for that plan and that map to kind of narrow it down. So now we have a game plan as to what we're doing. But for some people, it's hard for them to bring it on in so we can really focus and start somewhere. And that's challenging, and it's a challenge I don't want to tackle. And so it ends up, we don't work together. For somebody that's like, I just want to help people. I just want to help people too. But what does that look like? The way I help people and the way you help people is two totally different things. So tell me what help people means to you, and who are these people? And if they can't communicate all that, they're not ready. They're not ready for you either. They're going to make your life miserable because they're not going to know. And then these will be the same ones that will come back and say, how's it going? How's our project going? And you're going to be like, what? How's the proposal going? What? You didn't give me anything to propose. You just want to help people. So anyway, observing past experiences helps you learn what works, what you like, what's the best way to go. And then that helps you to create, your systems and processes for doing things. And I'm going to tell you now, you will not have this down 100% because there will be something new that comes along. And now you got to start this process over. And it will be rocky because it's new. You've never done it before. Or it could be a task you've done before, but not for this type of client. And it'll be rocky. And you'll try to figure, okay, how can we tame this? How can we get our system going? And then once you get it going, then you'll be smooth sailing with that one. Oh, we're smooth sailing. And then something else will come that's new, different, same thing. As long as the person knows what they want, as long as they don't want everything or nothing, you're in good shape. They're in good shape. You can work with it. They're giving you something to work with. So how do you communicate what you want or what you need from them? So the way you communicate what you want is you've observed, you know how these things work. You let them know. If they're like, oh, I want to, I'm trying to think of a good example. I want to start posting on social media. Okay, so first question is, what platforms are you on now? If they're not on any platforms, I'm going to want to know what platforms are you on personally. That's a good place to start. Okay, you lean towards Instagram. Great. So let's start with Instagram. What do you want to achieve? What is your goal? Why are you on Instagram? And then we go from there. Then you let them know the best way for you to receive content. Do they want you to create the content? Are they providing the content? What is the best way to get you the content? You communicate that. What is going to work best? And I like to do what will work best for us, but also easy for the client. I don't want this to be an extra task for them, especially if they're just sending over content. I don't want it to be an extra task. I want it to be as easy as possible and we can gather it. It's almost like those people who take a shoebox of receipts to your accountant's office and let them organize it, or a shoebox of receipts, so to speak, virtually or physically, and you let the bookkeeper handle it. They're fine handling it because now you have the box. It's not like they have to go in your office and find all the receipts. You got to organize for them in some manner and they can work with it. If you don't like that, then you communicate what's the best way. If you don't like their shoebox, if you don't like all the emails, if you want to use, a Google Drive, a Dropbox, or whatever, you let them know the best way you like to receive the information. The main thing is for you to experience so that you can be able to identify what it is that you like. Now I want to talk to the people that are like, Tiffany, I don't have any experience. I have no idea. I'm really confused on what you're saying. Look at me. This weekend, I want you to go to Upwork.com, create your profile, And I want you to explore the different jobs that are out there on Upwork so that you can see what people are looking for. I was just on there earlier and I saw something where they were looking for someone to be like a Zoom host, where they would introduce the person and then, kind of be there as the host. It doesn't have to be, social media manager out of the box. If you're not into social media, there's all kinds of things. All kinds of things. You want to get your feet wet to experience this, to even know, do I need to continue to listen to this podcast? Do I want to be a virtual assistant? The only way you're going to know is to get your feet wet. Go on to Upwork, explore. And if you've been feeling like, Tiffany, I'm out of the loop, I used to do this, I want to get back into this, I don't even know what people are looking for anymore, you get on Upwork as well, research virtual assistants and see what are people looking for. See what software are they using. Things are totally different from the way they were, 8 years ago, 6 years ago, 3 years ago. They're totally different. So if you're kind of feeling out of the loop, go on there, do your research on Upwork, look at the jobs, look at the software people are using, what people are wanting. I also like to read different articles on Insider or Business Insider. I have the Insider app, but also, you can go to the website businessinsider.com. There is utilize your local library. I have the library app on my phone. They have magazines on the library app, and you can research the business magazines. See, just to get yourself in mode to get back into the swing of things or to get into the swing of things. So anyway, that's what I got for you. And once you communicate what you want, let it go. You did your part. Don't care about their response, whether it's yes or no. It doesn't matter. You communicated what you wanted, what you needed from them. You've asked the questions. If they can't answer the questions, if they can't follow the directions, that lets you know what type of client they're going to be. And it's okay if they're not yours. It's all good. And it's even better if they are, because now they have followed your instructions. They've answered the questions for you. They have shown they're going to be a great partner with you in this project. So I hope this helps. You have a wonderful and fantastic day.